Shri K. Rajikoba, the chairman, and Shri T.R. Ashok, the treasurer, staff, HOD, teachers, and my dear fellow students. A very good warm welcome to you all. Today being a very special day, that our respected Sir Dr.KT Varkey, who is honorary and recipient of the felicitation on occasion of his retirement, is going to take rest for the rest of his life after striving hard for the development of our college. Now may I request Mr. Daniel, a student of Tech BCIT, to come over on the stage and to give us a view about the program and to speak on behalf of a student of both countries, Sudan and South Sudan.
First of all, I would like to welcome you all our dearest principal, chairman, treasurer, HODs, directors, staff and non-staff, my dear fellow students. Allow me to give you a warm welcoming to this New Year's ceremony. First of all, I would like to give thanks to Almighty Father who have given us this special day to celebrate it, because many people of our age have not made it to this special day. That means that we are not that strong much than them, or we are so cunning to make this way out. But our Almighty Father God has given us this special day to celebrate it. So we have to give thanks to Almighty Father. Second point, we are all Sudan students, all Sudanese students. And we would like to celebrate this joyous day because our dearest principal is stepping down from the post which he has been holding for last 12 years, since 2002. Allow me, my dear people, to briefly brief you about what is Sudan. Sudan is our largest country in Africa. And Sudan it got independent in 1956, which is too far. So from that time, the Sudan was colonized by British, Anglo-Egyptian communions. So we have first civil war in Sudan. The first civil war took place in 1956 to 1972. That was first war in Sudan. The second civil war took place in 1983 to 2005, which marked the end of the war in Sudan. In 2005, Sudan was one country, but it was separated due to political issues, in which I will not go deep, because sometimes if you have two sons or if you have 5 sons, Sudan is our father, but South Sudan is our son, or is our first son, which has got married in 2011, and he was given his own home to be a separate home from his father Sudan. Sudan is ruled by a president, and the ruling president now in Sudan is Omar al-Bashir, who took power in 1989 through coup, and he is still a president now. South Sudan is ruled by a president too. ruled by His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit. Socially, Sudan live in a social life in which they intermarry. Sudan has 3 different religions. The main 2 religion is Muslim, which is dominated in northern part of the Sudan. The South Sudan is dominated by Christian, plus traditional ways of believing in Africa. My dear people, allow me to continue giving you brief about what is Sudan. In culture, we have multiple cultures in Sudan, in which different ethnic groups, before the Sudan was divided, we were having around 600 ethnic groups speaking 400 different languages. And now, as we are separated as 2 countries and still under unity, we still have hope that one day, one time, the Sudan will be one again, no matter what happens. The third point, which I would like to convey to our dearest principal, is international relationship. Because in this college, we have many different nationalities, including Africa, Asia, and the rest of the world. My dear beloved principal, as long as you are stepping down, we would like to convey the message to the new principal that this relationship should continue, and many more students shall come in or shall follow in. The fourth, my dear student, Dr.KT Varkey, his curriculum vitae is a big one in which I cannot be able to read it out to you because it will take time. It is like a novel. So I will read a brief part of it in which you can understand it, but you will go through it. So allow me, sir, to read a brief about your CV. Dr.KT Varkey hails from Calcutta district of Kerala. He did his postgraduate in political science at Pune University and his PG diploma in business management at the Delhi Institution of Management Studies. A doctorate in international relations from the Calicut University. Dr. Varkey is a prolific writer with more than 7 books on various aspects of political science and international relations. To his credit, his book is being taught at Calicut and Kannur University for the last 20 years. Dr. Varkey has in teaching and administration. Allow me, dear student, to continue. Dr. Varkey has traveled widely in India and abroad. He has visited Sri Lanka, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Japan, China, Bhutan, and East Africa. And the CV is too much to read it out to you, my dear student. You will go through it. My dearest principal, on behalf of these students, we are so happy to have you and to honor you today that you are going out. It has been a special time, especially my batch. We are the first students from South Sudan and Sudan. Okay, last year we have graduates, and this year I think we have many graduates. And for the man, the fruit of the man is what you left on the earth. Because Dr. Varkey will work majestically all over the world because his fruit has spread out of the world. So, my dear Dr. Varkey, you will work majestically to Africa. Furthermore, we would even like to welcome you to our dearest two countries, Sudan and South Sudan, if you will be able in this year or any time, you are free. My dear student, the time is not on our side because time wasted could not be recovered, and we have many things to do. So I will conclude this talking because our dearest principal, as we know, we have a good relationship with him, and we are still expecting that much relationship with the new principal who is going to come. We shall behave ourselves as we use, and we shall put more effort. We shall be fearful. And one day, I think this student will be somewhere around the world being an important people. They will be ministers, out of them, ministers, directors, and so on and so forth. To conclude it, I started by the word of God before that. God has given us this chance, and still I can conclude it. There is a book of Ecclesiastes 11, verses 1. It says that, ship your grains across the sea. After many days, you may receive a return. And that is what Dr. Varkey has did. So, my dear principal, you are highly welcome to this joyous day that we are going to share it together. All the directors, his staff, you are welcome to Sudanese student this farewell, and it will be a joyous. Thank you very much.
Thank you. A person with a positive frame of mind, capable of leading as a junior team member as well as one with his own initiative. Shri K. Rajikoban, chairman of our college, we request you, sir, to take over or to offer us a speech.
Respected Dr. Varkey, the hero of the day, Mr. T.R. Asu, treasurer of our college, other faculty members, dear students, dear brothers from Sudan. Sea of party are generally not a happy occasion because we are losing the companionship of an individual whom we admire most. Here today, we are not giving a sea of party to our beloved principal, who was reigning in the college for the past more than 12 years. One will easily understand what a radical changes has taken place after his taking over to the college. The growth of the college was totally depending upon his performance, and that has proved without an iota of doubt that he has mastered in every sphere, in every area. Even the heart of more than 3,500 students have been conquered by him, and that is with him. Today, that is what I am seeing here, that all of you are having tears in your eyes, but that is not reflected. That you are reserving in your heart itself. And the words which has come out from your leader, he was saying about the relationship, about the friendship, about the affection, love, what he has shown by KT Varkey, our principal, to you, because he was treating all of you as his own son. Whenever anything, any request or any other requirements or whatever is needed by you, you had a freedom to approach him very freely, and he was treating you like his son. And all the requirement, what all was needed from you, has been fulfilled by him without an iota of hesitation. So such a good administrator he was. Definitely in your life, a best part of your life which you have spent here in this campus will always be there in your memory, because you will ever remember that such a nice principal you had and you lost. You are just losing his companionship. But anyhow, one's life is totally measured somewhere about the age in between 16 to 40. Out of which, whatever we nurture, whatever we study, whatever steps we have taken forward, that will last forever. And you all have been under his control, and he has been very friendly moving with you. And thereby you have completed your course, and most of you have gone very successfully from this compound, and you are all going to secure with a very good job or whatever will be there in your country after going back. Anyhow, at this time I wish you all, because now you said that both Sudans will be joining together shortly, and I pray to the Almighty that Sudan must join. We have seen the reunification of Germany, and we have seen what a progress afterwards that country took place. Likewise, your Sudan will also flourish one day, because you all have an idea in your mind that you should join together. That must be the spirit which you should produce. You are supposed producing today. Anyhow, my wishes are there always to you. So ever remember CMS College and the friends, whoever may come from your Sudan, we are here to treat you so nicely. With these few words, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much.
Leaders are the unsung heroes of every person that has ever done anything great. Think about the people that you must admire in your life. Do you attribute any of their greatness of the people that raised them? Now there is some few questions which has been prepared by our students directly to our respected sir, the principal of our college, Dr.KT Varkey. I request Mr. Ghazali, student of second MSCIT, to come forward.
Good afternoon. First of all, let me welcome all our guests, Dr.KT Varkey. First of all, let me welcome our chief guest available over here, Chairman Dr.KT Varkey, our honorable guest. And, may I ask you some questions related to our cues over here? The first question, sir, as the principal of CNS College, from the year 2002 up to this moment, what are the challenges have you faced?
Can I sit and speak? In 2002, when I took over as the principal of this college, the college was in the infancy, hardly 12 years old, or 13 years old. So it had all the tutoring programs. So after I took over, we have been able to get different kind of accreditations. First challenge was that this college did not have the recognition of the UGC, which is the basic condition for everything. So first thing what I did, that was a challenge. I applied for UGC recognition in the 2 year 12B, and we have got it in 2003. Again, we wanted to have ISO certification, which is again a seal of quality. So we went for accreditation. We are accredited at we are a ISO accredited institution now. That was in 2004. Then 2005 we decided to go for National Assessment Accreditation Council accreditation, and we got it. Then we thought of making our college autonomous. We applied for the autonomous status and we got it. Now again after 5 years we thought we should have re-accreditation, because accreditation is only for 5 years. We went for re-accreditation, we got it. And finally we have been autonomous for the last 6 years. Now we went for a review of the autonomous status, and UGC has come inspection. They came for inspection, went back. All these were challenges. Along with that, we built this, not I, as a team, the management, the principal, teaching and non-teaching staff, and their students. Unless the management gives money, we cannot do anything. The management has a vision. So according to their vision, I as the leader of the institution, they have academic and administrative leadership. That's how it is. It was all a challenge. When I took over, the total number of students in this college was around 1,300. Today it has crossed more than 3,000. There was not a single overseas students. Now we have about 400 old overseas students. There are all challenges, and we met the challenges with courage. As a team we worked, and that is what exactly is the challenges and response. We call history is a challenge and OMB says the history is not for a written chronicle evidences. It's response, challenge and response. This was the challenge, this was the response. Thank you for asking me.
The next question I'm going to ask you. What would you say about the fees? So we have seen that there's no reductions.
Actually, we are the only one institution, I think, in the world who charge so less fee from the overseas students. Because I think except Sudan, I went to Bhutan and the students were brought from there. I went to Rwanda and students came after my going there. Then I went to Vietnam, students came. But in Sudan, I did not have to go, but you came of your own. But if you look at it, when I went to Rwanda, the education minister asked me what is the fee structure. I gave him the fee structure. He said it's pretty cheap. He said the fees is much less than what they charge in Rwanda. So therefore our fee structure is kept as low as possible for the overseas students to afford it. There is not much of difference between the fee structure of India and let us go to Bangalore. Bangalore for a BBM course, they are charging $3,000 in the first installment. Out of which $1,000 they are giving to the agency. Get my point? So the fees, I think, is quite reasonable. We rationalized it last year. I think you can afford it. And we are very sufficiently flexible. Whenever you have a problem, we give you time. Of course, Sudanese mostly do not have problem. But Rwandans often have problems. So we do allow them to pay it in different installments. So as far as the fees is concerned, I think it's affordable.
The third question I'm going to ask you. What are your advice for the new principals? What are the your advices for the new principals regarding to international students?
See, my successor is Dr. KT Varkey, whom I know for the last 12 years. One of the most efficient administrators and excellent academic students. That's how the management has chosen KT Varkey as the principal. Otherwise, there are a lot of people. She is the senior most. She is highly qualified. Very nice lady. You can be very friendly with. I have a very good relation with her. And in my 12 years of career here, I have no occasion to have a difference of opinion. Of course, we had difference of opinion, but we had. So she will take care of all the overseas students. See, we like overseas students. We understand your problems. We have emotional problems. They're away from your country. They're away from, see, for example, those Syrians sitting there. They have their own problems now. There is war going on there. And in Sudan, you have war. So I can understand. We can understand. Therefore, we are very, very positive. Our approach is always friendly towards. We are overseas friendly. Overseas, we are friendly towards overseas students. We are very considerate. So this will continue because once you set up a tradition, see what happens. Tradition is very important. A principle sets up a tradition that will be important. If I had set up some bad traditions, probably that would have been followed. Here we have set up all good value systems. Good systems are there. So KT Varkey, when she becomes the prime principal, and she's an experienced principal. She's not a raw. She has been a principal for the last many years. I understand. She knows the psychology of children. And I'm sure you will have a better life here. After me going, she will take care of you. She's like your mother. She's pretty old enough, you can confide all your problems. You used to come and tell me every problem, isn't it? So I used to listen to you. I think probably she is more tolerant. So my advice is that she must maintain the tradition what we set up here. She should encourage more number of overseas students to come. In revenue is a very important aspect for the management. This is not run on any grant or aid from the government. We do run the college exclusively on the fees that we collect. And if you pay more fees, they will pay more salary to the teachers. If they pay more salaries, a good number of good teachers will come. We often say, you know, if you pay peanut, monkeys will you get monkeys. You pay peanut and you get monkeys. So to get good teachers, you have to pay good salary. So you can voluntarily increase your fees and then get more.
I would like to pass on one special information to you. After my speech, I have received a telephone call, which was from Sandhya Menon, the next principal of our college. She has conveyed a good message to us that her department, that is MBA department, one of the students have secured first rank in Bharatiyar University. That is really a pleasant news for us. Everything that we publish in the newspapers and all. So you can just imagine that how the department functions. So if after her taking over here, she will be also an expert in management side. Her management will be nice. As our person principal was reigning in the Department of Political Science, she is there in the Department of Management. So definitely you will have an equal, somewhat better, an equal administration apparently with our principal.
Thank you. Question number 4, sir. I'm going to ask you. See, it's personal questions. What are you going to do after your retirement from your post?
That's an inconvenient question. You see, now I'm old enough. I'm 65.
No.
So generally, in Kerala, I'm from Kerala, where the government says when you are 55, you must retire and take rest. So I am retired at the age of 55 way back in 2002, and I continued 12 years. So this is time for me to take rest. But then I am a teacher and nothing but. A teacher is always a teacher, and I'm very sure any teacher for that matter. I had a professor Seduman, so he was financially in trouble. Before joining the college, he was in the bank, Edinburgh. So his colleague, then they two people together. His colleague has become the chairman of Edinburgh Bank. He retired as a professor of English. Then one day I asked him, Professor, do you have any regret that you left the bank? He says, no regrets, no regrets. He says, if God asked me in my next birth, who do you want to become? He said he would request him to be a teacher. So a teacher's job is a noble profession. And I like teaching. Of course, I didn't have time here for teaching. Now I am invited by the Vice Chancellor of Calicut University to handle one paper at the university. It's called International Relations. There is nobody qualified there to teach. Then again, I will do something pertaining to the education. Because if I remain idle home, I don't know, I will feel bored because I can't remain idle. So I might be able to do something at Calicut. We have a school, we have a CMS Institute of Higher Learning. Of course, management didn't ask me to do what. I have been telling that I will take over, I will take I used to say I'm going to take over. But so far they haven't told. In case I am asked to look after that, I will do that also. And I'll be in touch with you because I would like to have this, these foreign students, bringing the overseas students. Actually, I have maintained a very good relations with all the overseas students and their country and the agents. I think I can still help the college because I owe a great debt of gratitude towards this institution. Therefore, I shall be associating with the college in bringing more number of overseas students and bringing students from Calicut to this place. All those things I can do. So I haven't made up my mind as to what to do, but I will be engaged.
And I have a last question for you, sir. What is your interesting sports? What is your interesting sports?
I was a good sportsman once upon a time.
When is it?
While I was in the school, because actually I studied in a vernacular medium school where there wasn't much facility for games. So I played football, I played all country games. But I played football. I was good at football. Then I fell down, got my hand fractured. So my father asked me not to play any further. Then I met somebody, he suggested, why don't you start boxing? So he was a boxer. He taught me boxing. I had represented the university. That was, for a long period, I was a good boxer. The youth used to tell me, the science of boxing is pretty decent because my punch was so powerful. Therefore, he nurtured me, but then over a period of time, after my marriage, completely, my wife hated it. Hated this. The way she sees the room, she says, "You help me with it," so I stopped. Now I'm out of touch. Now I practice with some of the students. Thank you.
We have the honor to have you here, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you, sir. For an active leader who loves socializing people, he is an effective communicator able to inspire confidence in others and competent to adapt quickly and efficiently to any environment. He is none other than Shri T.R. Ashu, our treasurer. May we request you, sir, to take over my speech.
Today's chief guest, Principal Dr. Varkey, Chairman Rajagopal, your student representative Sulaiman, HODs, and my dear students. Thank you for inviting me for this farewell ceremony. Normally farewell is supposed to be joyous, but when you people are talking so much about the principal, that itself says how much you all love him. So it is very nice to see all the international students in love with the principal. So I was just thinking, principal is a Pied Piper. Pied Piper who can just blow his flute, and there's a lot of people who just follow him. So I think he's the Pied Piper of CMS, bringing in all the foreign students from different parts of the world. Daniel spoke a lot of things about Daniel. His name is Daniel. Daniel spoke a lot about Sudan and other parts, and he summed it up in a very beautiful way. Your relationship between the principal and the students. It's very nice of you to put it in such a nutshell, to bring in your love to the principal. Yes, everybody misses principal very much, and the new principal, Dr. Sandhya Menon, I think she will also be, as he says, put it very nicely, that she'll be a mother to all of you all. So any problems which you all have personally, you can directly go up. She's also the same person, just like principal, where you can walk into her office and discuss your personal matters apart from whatever your problems you all go through in the college or in a different country like in India. So this farewell ceremony, I think whatever you all are putting, most of the people here are final years and second year people. Please do bring in more. Don't think that once principal goes, then CMS is out of bounds for Sudanese. Bring in more students, and definitely from the management side, we are sure that we will give you whatever assistance you all want. And you all can directly approach the chairman, or you can talk to the secretary, or you can talk to me, no problem. Whatever problems you all, for the temporary this thing, whatever you all want, yes, the management is there, open to you all for any discussions. Okay? So thank you very much for inviting me.
Remember, please, for just a word, is it true that we now have had? It's a bit much to be believing. Remember, please, just tears when we should really give a cheer. You always lend a helping hand. In tough times behind us you stand. Remember, please, for just a thought, for all the things you have taught. Thank you for a good work finished. May it go undiminished. A moment, please, for just a prayer to leave you in the best of care. May you be blessed in all your days. God reward you now and always. Now, I request you, sir, Shri K. Rajukoba, the chairman of our college, to come forward and handle our honor over the felicitation to our respective sir, Dr.KT Varkey, the principal of CMS.
رايح برا رايح برا سليمان خلي الدايركتور.
Thank you, sir. The essence of all beautiful art, all great artists. A distinguished professor of political science. He has more than 35 years of experience in teaching and administration. He is our beloved principal, Dr.KT Varkey. We request you, sir, to come over.
Respected professors, we are the show. Leader, Mr. Sulaiman. We have a distinguished guest from Canada to witness this function, and members of the faculty, and my dear students from Sudan, Angola, Syria, well, Saudi Arabia. Thank you very much. I must thank Sulaiman, the leader of this Sudanese students, has taken the lead in organizing it. When he came to invite me, I said, since the students are giving me a send-off, you can join with other students and make it one. But he said, nothing, we want to give it separately. So I have agreed, and I think he has organized this meeting so meticulously. I must thank you. Thank you, students. And I must thank Daniel. Daniel has been a good friend of mine. Daniel is, I think, the senior most person among the South Sudanese students. And he has completed his degree. I think almost every day I've been meeting him. A lot of students have been coming to me, discussing various issues. We had a particular relationship with Daniel. And Daniel, I was thankful for the nice words he spoke about me. And I told you, see, Sudan, historically, if you look at the Afro-Asian relationship, you were talking about your independence in 1956. It was India who has initiated all African nations' liberation. India was the first country to have been freed from the British rule. Then what happened? Dr. Nehru took up leadership through a non-aligned movement. All the African nations became members of the non-aligned movement, and it was India who had played the most important role in liberating all the African countries from the rule of the British. Therefore, from that time, we had a Bantu conference, you must have heard about. Afro-Asian conference in Bantu. That was a stepping stone towards strengthening the relation with Afro-Asian countries. So, K. Krishna Menon, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, they were the architects of India's foreign policy, and towards Africa, we have extended our relationship. We have established a consulate, established our embassies and commissions, and traditionally, culturally, we have been making a wonderful relations. And again, you must remember, life started in Africa and later on in Asia, not in the Western world. Western countries are all new countries. America is a young country, whereas India is an ancient country. Africa is an ancient country. Therefore, that relationship continues to be with us, so we will continue to be there. So I think you have chosen the right college, chosen the right country, India, because here there is no discrimination on any ground. There is no discrimination based on color, caste, creed, religion, status, nothing. Absolutely, the Constitution has denied every kind of discrimination. So you are being treated on par with any Indian citizen. So we welcome you here, and I'm sure, as you asked me a couple of questions, the incoming principal. Can you hear me? Yes. You do not have to carry any doubt about the incoming principal. I can vouch for her that she will look after you so well. You'll be very comfortable. And as her treasurer suggested, you come in larger number. So that you get the right kind of education. Again, I will tell you, the education that you get in India is far superior to any other state. In Europe, if people go to other countries for education, actually this kind of education is not given there. There one professor decides your future. Here it is different professors together decide your future. Therefore, you have chosen the right place. I must congratulate you. Chosen the right country, chosen the right place. Coimbatore is a very safe place. Unlike other places, you don't have to be worried. You don't have to be afraid of. So far, you have had no problem. And I'm very happy with the Sudanese. See, I have never had an occasion to scold anybody. Because there is no incident I remember that Sudanese had involved except one or two slight motorcycle accidents. I have even reported to the chairman today that Sudanese are the best lot of overseas students we have. Because they don't create any problem. They mostly have no complaints. They don't have. Again, the advantage is that you bring your friends. It's not that we took the initiative. Of course, I have taken the initiative, but you came of your own. And we would look forward to having more number of Sudanese. So not only Sudanese, all Africans, Syrians, Angola, then a lot of people, Rwanda, Burundi, Rwanda. Rwanda, of course, they've already had a Freshers Day and they sent off to me. So I must thank each one of you for taking efforts in organizing this meeting.
As you suggested, I will be a part of this institution because I owe a great debt of gratitude to this institution. I lived here 12 years, I have become almost a part of it. Therefore, I just can't withdraw myself totally from the college. So, we will be in touch. And your wonderful management, not only the principal, see your directors, your post-coordinate HODs, above all, your management. See, management is quite benevolent. They listen to you. You go to them. They will see you in other many managements. You might not be able to meet the chairman. But our chairman is so down to earth that he comes to our college almost whenever he finds time to know what is happening. And he maintained such a wonderful relationship with the authority, with the principal, with the directors, that nobody is scared of him. Anything that we have, we talk to him. Similar is the case with secretary, treasurer, other officers. All are very friendly. So you need not to worry at all about your future here. Then all these benefits will be given to you. Thank you very much. Once again, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thankfulness is the beginning, and gratitude is a completion of thankfulness. I would like to thank you all, on behalf of all the students, for giving us the time of being with us here to make our function as a successful function. Thank you.
Thank you.